Hey, it's Dale. Hope you enjoy this video. We're going to talk about this master cylinder right here. Now, I had a 34 Ford Roadster in the shop. Customer brought this in for me to install. Plus, I had about a week's worth of work to do on a thing I wanted me to do. So the first thing I did was install this master cylinder. I power bled it. Therefore, I didn't work the brake pedal very much to get it bled. Power bled it, and then it was sat in the shop. A few days later, came in the morning, and there was a drip of fluid on the floor underneath it. So I started tracing it out, and it was actually leaking fluid between the brake booster and the master cylinder here. So I pulled it off. This had drained all the way down and filled up the brake booster enough so it filled it up, and it was dripping out this. So had to get all the fluid out of the brake booster as well. And then my customer opted to spend about three times as much money he paid for this one and buy a name brand, because it was a little bit scary to think about what could have happened. So this thing's laid around for, I don't know, 6-7 years in the shop. I was going to pull it apart, see what it was, and that's what I'm doing now. So I was going to pull it apart on video so we could both look at it together. But when I went to pull it apart, first thing happened was the snap ring broke. And I had a heck of a time getting that other half out of there. And top of that, there was no spring tension really to it. It was almost like trying to pull out a piece of mechanics wire. And it just had no tension to it whatsoever. Anyway, I got that out, and I went to pull the piston out, and it just wouldn't come out. I even applied air to it. I couldn't get it to release. I finally got it after working on it for a couple hours, but it did not want to come out. So then after looking at this, and I hope the video will pick up on this, and I painted this red in the center, hoping that it would kind of, but if you look at it, as I turn this, maybe you can pick up on it better, there's a portion, which would be right in here, that there's less metal on the silver part here. That's why I painted this red, kind of to be able to tell the difference. But there's less metal here than there is here. It's actually 7/1000 out of round is what it is. And so I took a magic marker, and I marked along the bottom of this, and I ran it up and down the bore. And it just sticks when I put it in there. But you can see it doesn't touch at all there, and then all of a sudden it starts grinding off, ground off all the magic marker there. So that's at 7/1000. It's 7/1000 larger this way than it is this way. So therefore, I don't know if I can pick this up or not on this, but yeah, you can see down in there, it just ground the heck out of that bore, because it doesn't fit in there. It's grinding metal off, trying to get so it does fit. I'm surprised that it didn't stick down in there, and press down the brake pedal, but evidently enough spring pressure that pushed it back. But and you can see the way it ran, it didn't do any damage at the top of that bore, but boy, it tore up the bottom of that. It tore it up really bad. So that's where that heavy part of the oblong was right in here. So I'm not gonna bury who sold this thing, and one of the reasons is because if you go online, you can find this anywhere. I mean, you can find it on eBay, Amazon, and then you can buy it from pretty much any of the big speed shops that sell out of catalogs. I mean, now they sell online, but I did go online to where he got it from, and so when you look it up, that's the picture they give you of it, and you can see that is the one right there. Where I went to, it sells for $94.99, and I think that's about what this guy gave for it as well. And there's the specs on it. right there. Actually, I think this one is different on our thread size there, but other than that, it's the same exact one. So, like I say, you go online and you see that one for sale, skip over it, because this is what you get. And the customer was really upset about it, upset enough he didn't want to try to send it back and get his money back. He just left it in my shop, said I don't want to even see it, and that's where we ended it. So it's good he did. That way we could take a look at this thing and see how poorly machined that was. I mean, I don't even know how you go about machining something that far out of whack, but they managed to. So I guess that's enough bad mouth in that piece. You see what we got that could have led to a bad accident. That's for sure. If it had, if that didn't have the little tiny reservoir on it, and had the bigger one for the brake booster, where it was just filled it up, I probably wouldn't have caught it unless it would have lost brakes in the shop, and then I would have. But if I had shipped it and the guy's driving it, he would have just lost brakes. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Hope this was informative for you and you enjoyed the video. And you hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button just to keep YouTube happy with me. I appreciate that. And come back and look at some of my other videos as they come up. And have a blessed day.